take you back to Parliament on our earlier story on the Right to Information Bill. Joseph Opoku Gakpo is our parliamentary correspondent. He's on standby to brief us as to how the House of Parliament is debating this issue of the Right to Information Bill. Joseph, good morning to you. What's happening right now in Parliament?
Mama V, a very good morning to you. So we're expecting the sitting to begin any moment from now. The House should have started sitting about 30 minutes ago, but things have delayed a little. But one of the key things we're expecting today would be the second reading of the report of the Committee on Constitution and Legal Affairs, the Joint Committee on Data and Communications. They would be presenting their report on the Right to Information Bill after they undertook some extensive consultations. The following are the details that we've gathered as far as the report is concerned. We understand that the committee is recommending to the House to approve the bill in the form that it was brought to Parliament by the Attorney General. We've again gathered that at the level of the committee, there was an attempt to do two specific amendments to the said report. One is that there is a push by the Member of Parliament for the Adenta constituency, Yaobuabia Samoa, for an amendment to the Act so that then it incorporates a clause that would say a previous law that had been passed by Parliament when it comes to how archiving and record should be done, should be incorporated, so that then that will then be the basis for which any archiving of any information that's supposed to go through the office that will be disbursing information as far as the RTI bill is concerned will actually undertake its activities. So there is the push for that amendment. And then there is a second push for an amendment to the exemption clauses. You would recall that the original bill had clauses that said that when it comes to information like cabinet memo information coming from the office of the president, well, this is not information that you are entitled to right away. There's a push for that to be amended so that then when it comes to exemptions, they say they would want to make it issues-based so that then the specific issues will be taken care of as and when the applications come in. But at the level of the committee, those suggested amendments were shot down, but we've gotten the hint that when the consideration of the bill begins, there'll be a push by some members of Parliament for the House to consider adopting amendments to the original bill that will see the incorporation of those two suggestions. So after the second reading and the report of the committee is out, it will take a number of days within which the House will be considering the bill and be debating it for approval. So we can expect those amendments to be raised on the floor, and if MPs on the floor accept it, then those amendments will be done to the RTI bill before it's passed into law eventually.
Joseph, we're not rejoicing entirely because this particular point where we are with this particular bill is not new. We've been here before. Indeed, we've even gone past this stage. What are parliamentarians saying, if they have been talking at all, as to how quickly they want to see this bill passed into law?
So the members of the committee, particularly the leadership, that's the Constitution and Legal Affairs Committee, they've made a point that this is a bill that they are committed to helping push. Well, they have indicated that before the House goes on its next break by August, they would want to have completed work on it and approved the Right to Information Bill. As you indicated, this is a place that we've been before, even ahead of the 2016 election, when the bill had been brought to the floor for consideration by the General House. But there were so many amendments that needed to be done, it required so much time, and so those amendments weren't completed. From what we are gathering, at the level of the committee, the plan is not to push through any amendments. It's only that this time around, individual MPs would want to push through some amendments. And we are gathering that they are not much. They are specifically just those two and a number of other minor amendments. So MPs are confident that they'll be able to run through this in the coming weeks, a maximum of a month, and get the bill approved before the House goes on break coming August.
Okay. Joseph, just before you go, proposals for amendments, we will not see it being done right away on the floor. Is it going to be referred back to the committee?
No, it wouldn't be referred back to the committee. This is something that when any member of parliament would want to push through any of those amendments that I've mentioned, when the consideration of the bill is being done, he would rise on his feet at any point in time during the consideration and then move the motion for the amendment. And then among the MPs themselves, a debate will then happen on the floor. And then the suggested amendment will then be either approved or shut down. So nothing else is going back to the committee. Everything else would have to be dealt with at the level of the plenary itself, speaking of the entire House sitting. And that's how come MPs are so confident that the required procedures won't be that lengthy, so they'll be able to get this out in the coming weeks.
Okay, Joseph, this is not the only agenda for today, is it?
No, there are a number of other items that are on the table that the House would be considering. There are a number of reports that are coming through. There is expected to be a conversation when it comes to a report on the energy sector that has been brought to the House by the Parliamentary Select Committee on Mines and Energy. That would be taken care of a little later in the day. And as well, today being, getting to the middle of the week, we are also expecting statements from some members of Parliament on a number of items, including media freedom and a number of other items. So all that would be happening in the course of the day. But the RTI bill and the debate on the report, we are told, is the priority for today.
All right, Joseph Opoku-Gakpo, we'll leave it here and come back to you as and when the conversation on the floor of Parliament begins. Joseph Opoku-Gakpo is our parliamentary correspondent.